President Obama returning to Washington today, and the Senate back in session as well. But is anything going to happen on this fiscal cliff before the first of the year? Aaron Blake joins us from the Fix to try to answer that. So is there legislating happening or just posturing?
Today is all about posturing. The fact is that all these members are coming back from their Christmas vacations. The president himself is coming back from a very long distance from Hawaii today. So they're not going to get a whole lot done today, especially with the House not in session. So what we've seen today is a succession of kind of posturing from House leaders, Senate leaders, Harry Reid, John Boehner, basically saying the onus is on the other guy. We've done what we need to do. Now it's up to them to come forward with a proposal.
Well, is there any sense of which side might actually come forward with a proposal? The House not in session.
No, the House isn't in session until Sunday, in fact. They're coming back a little bit earlier than they planned on Sunday. But basically they've held, John Boehner has held the House from coming back, basically said, we'll let the Senate act, and when they act, we'll vote on what they come forward with. His argument is that the House has already voted to renew the Bush tax cuts for all Americans, including the wealthy, and they've also done a bill that would shift some of the sequestration cuts from the military into domestic programs. So they're saying we've basically put something forward that would avert the cliff. The Senate can either vote on that or they can come back with their own proposal.
Yeah, and back and forth it goes. Reid says we've passed stuff. No, that's not the right stuff. So what might actually get done in the next 4 days? What can we hope for?
You know, I think if there's one thing that's more likely than not, it's a smaller package. President Obama talked about that on Friday before the Christmas break. He said basically he wants Congress to pass something that would renew the tax cuts for middle-class Americans and not the wealthy, and also extend unemployment benefits, basically something that gets us through the initial shock of the fiscal cliff. I guess assuming from that point that there can be a larger agreement reached.
We learned yesterday afternoon after the markets closed that we're hitting the debt ceiling just in a few days at the end of the year, sooner than most people thought. Does that create any urgency around this?
You know, I think it creates a sense of urgency. It doesn't actually make it so that we have to do the debt ceiling right now. The Treasury Department, which made this announcement, actually said that there's another 2 months worth of kind of budget maneuvers and things they can do to extend the amount of time that the government can function. But basically, by putting this out at the time that they did, the Treasury Department is serving notice that there's another battle to be had here. We want this done. We want the debt ceiling to be off the table, as President Obama would like it to be, because we don't want to have to deal with this again in just 2 months' time. But that said, we're not close to a deal right now, so I don't know if this is the time to be asking for more concessions.
I will not hold my breath. Aaron.
We shouldn't. You know, these things, you know, we've got 5 days left. These things don't tend to happen until the last day or two, and that's the reason that there's not a whole lot going on right now. There's just not the motivation, there's not the urgency that one might think there should be.
Yeah, if not on December 27th, when? I guess the 31st. We'll chat then.
Yep.
Okay, thanks, Aaron.
Thank you.